Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are starting it off with Dixie on a weekly time frame. You can see that this week we are trying to grind out the lows of last week's wick. We are slowly putting in a flat bottom-ish on the RSI. So couple more days left for this weekly close. Poking down and grinding it out makes sense. Looking left, there's major support in this level over here at 101. So as long as we're closing this weekly above that, we can start looking for upside continuation next week. Okay, the wick is a sign that, hey, there's buyers stepping up. Maybe we're going to get some upside. If you look here, wick, upside, wick. That one was not as strong, but that's where the downside started. So just be aware of that the wick to the upside, put in the pivot, the wick to the downside, put in the pivot, doji, etc., etc., etc. So right now, basically, the odds of this being a pivot is there. It's just the bearish engulfingness of this candle. Next week, we can come up into that 103 and then reject again, grind around, and then break out. So just be aware that as this is coming to the downside, we got upside in crypto. As this is going sideways, we're going to go sideways. As this is going up, we will probably look for downside in crypto. The inverse relationship is starting to come back, basically. Another thing is today we got news that JPY, the yen, will not be removing their negative interest rates. So bonds around the world will probably get some love due to the fact that all the money over there is going to go elsewhere because no one's going to pay interest on keeping their money in the bank. So just be aware of that moving forward. Now, after we've gotten this picture, let's go to Bitcoin. And we'll go with these charts here because I think they're clean and we can doodle on them. The other ones have stuff. So here's Bitcoin on a weekly. We are on Binance charts. You can see we have a nice bullish engulfing on the weekly. If we close like this, we can look for continuation. All right. This is what I was telling people in the morning that, hey, if ETH closes above 2370, I will be looking at a bullish engulfing scenario. And Bitcoin is kind of already warning you right freaking now that, hey, I know you probably shorted this first red candle, but this is not the local high. It's probably going to go higher, maybe to like 48,000. Yeah, 48,000. So just be aware of that, guys, right now. The real swing failure pattern would be around here, the true short, around 48,500-ish, 48,300, around there, okay? Um, Aside from that, if you go to a lower time frame, let's just go to daily because these charts, I don't really look at Bitcoin as often as I do ETH, so I'm looking at this fresh right now with you guys, and you can see that as we had this first markup, everyone was probably looking for a bar, Everyone's like head and shoulder, head and shoulder, and what we did was we actually were marking up, so it was a nice short squeeze. Now over here we're pulling back, but this still looks like a bull flag triangle consolidation on top of our previous breakout. Let me turn off these. Let's see if anything's even. Nothing is here. I would like to do it. So on a daily time frame, you can see that this little consolidation is happening right above our previous breakout, and that coming into this level here should not be a area of concern. If anything, it's a long scalp opportunity. If you get a drop to 36, obviously that is very hopeful thinking, but a test of 37.5 can't be out of the realm of reality, and it would be a buying opportunity if we do break down into these levels. You can look for a long scalp, and then you can look for the breakout. I can understand people will be like, oh, it's a head and shoulder, it's a head and shoulder. But the thing is, we're in an uptrend. So, yeah, it could be a head and shoulder, but the likelihood of this head and shoulder playing out and coming all the way to the original breakout of 28,000 is like January, February, and ETF completely got denied kind of situation. Otherwise, I wouldn't understand why we would have an event excuse me, that would cause a sell-off in this manner. Okay, so I'm going to just leave that line there so that you can just follow along my train of thought. Remove this, and I'm going to leave all of these little doodles here so we can follow along. And I'm going to go back to weekly just to make a point, and then we're going to go to ETH because I gave you the downside scenario. Now I'm going to give you the quick upside, which is where is your next level of resistance? It's all the way over here. You know what? I will use a channel. I will use it just to make it stupid easy for me because I'm a dumb person. There you go. So what I'm using right now is called a parallel channel. All you good traders already know what that is. And I'm just trying to see where our support and resistance would be. Now I'm gonna use this, okay? These low, this high, okay? I'm doing the bodies just because I don't want to use the wicks. To make it as simple as possible, I'm gonna lock this bad boy in. And now you can see as I zoom in, why this level is so important is because this can just be a pit stop for the midline of this channel. And then we're looking for top, which is 48.3, right? Now, if this is correct, then this would be the midpoint of the higher move all the way up here, up to 50, 60K, okay? Because that is the next level of resistance. And then after that will be the 68, 70. So this zigzag that's happening is not completely illogical because that's how this asset behaves. Okay? And then you get the blow off top situation. Well, now it's time to take the highs again. So long term wise, guys, yes, we are in an uptrend. I am not bearish. I'm just looking for a pullback to basically confirm support. Coming down to 37,000, yes, it's a big drop from 43K, but that is just the bottom of the range. That should not scare you. You should be ready for that level and a little bit more because during those kind of sell-offs, people will panic. People will be over leveraged. Market might overshoot and wick a little bit lower into a larger buyer support, you know, near 31.7 to all the way 30,000-ish. You know, that psychological number of 30,000 will probably have a lot of people either buying or using a stop loss in that area. So just be aware of that. That same mentality comes with this level over here. A lot of people probably have shorts over here. They're like, oh, we're never going to get up to uh, 52,000 or whatever. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get there and then they're going to get like shook, like, oh, why? The reason being, logically, you can do a one-to-one measured move and consider this an Elliott wave. I would say this is wave 3. This is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4, the pullback that we're about to go through, and it could be as shallow as that one red candle. And then wave 5, which is the largest amplitude wave, is what we're about to get. And this wave 5, if you take it from, you know, breakout, is looking all the way over here, 59, 60,000, which I gave you earlier as the order block. Excuse me. So just keep aware of all these levels moving forward, okay? And now I'm going to delete all that so we can follow along next time. I'm going to delete all this stuff except the channel. The channel is the only thing I'll leave because it is not a doodle. And we can use it as a level of reference for the next video. Then now I will go on E. All right, here is ETH on a weekly time frame. Why I go higher time frame is so that we could see the bigger picture. If you're going lower than that, you're gonna get lost in the stuff. Now, I just showed you Bitcoin almost bullish engulfing. ETH here is lagging, and it's actually not even at the 0.5. So maybe ETH can be your long scalp of the day. After it breaks this 2250, you can scalp this long and ride it all the way to the top like Bitcoin did. It still has some time for upside. You got over 5 days left for this weekly candle close. So just be aware that this looks like it's a shorting opportunity, but it hasn't proven itself as pivot like these. Okay. And even these, this high was a temporary high, local high before it was broken. So even here, you can pull back down into 1920, which I will just be upfront. I have an order myself here at 1920 for a long scalp, going like, hey, if I get this opportunity, I'm going to take that long and I'm going to ride it up. Because what I'm looking for here, and it's going to be doodle time, same setup as Bitcoin, but obviously this is a laggard. But I'm looking for the same type of consolidation right here. Okay, like that. And I know my risk is all the way here, right? These are my levels of risk. And I'm prepared for this to consolidate, come down into these levels, and I will slowly DCA accumulate long, fearlessly, knowing that an uptrend is still being held. So a little bit of sweeping the lows of these, like a channel, whatever you guys want to draw here, bear flag channel, blah 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 blah, don't matter to me. Until levels break, it don't matter, right? And I have this as a naked chart because on my chart, I have the fibs, I have exact numbers, I have some calculations with WAPs and whatnot. So it's like, this is the same as you going hardcore with your indicators and stuff. This is the same philosophy. It's just I'm trying to make a point that Dixie is looking for upside. Bitcoin is leading the crypto market with bullish engulfing on weekly. ETH, which should be a good, strong asset since stakers are holding this long term and it's not easy to sell it, right? So you would think that this would maintain its posture and price action much stronger, but it's actually the weaker one right now because I guess the hype on the ETF for Bitcoin is keeping all the FOMO on Bitcoin. But ETH should follow along Bitcoin, and it should hold better during volatile times than Bitcoin because of the limited supply and then how much is already locked. So during bull runs, I would expect this to run harder. During dumps, I would expect this to dump way, way less compared to Bitcoin and other assets because of their staking. So just be aware of that moving forward. And what else was I going to say? Well, yes, same thing with Bitcoin. We are trying to get into this area here. So if you want to know a long scale opportunity, sorry guys, that's gross. I am dying. You can go like this. Just to keep it simple. I mean, this is not by far at all accurate. And I am pretty OCD, so this is gonna bother me. Give me one quick second, because I'm gonna lock it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So this corroborates a bull flag kind of situation. There's a lot of liquidity and volume is over here. And if you want to like check, you can pull up volume tools like VPVRs, volume profiles, and you can see that there's a lot of volume right here. Okay, at 25,000 for 25,000. 2,550 is where the volume area high is. And I just drew my Yankee channel and it's matching up with that. And obviously you can see it's slanted. So I should delete that. But just be aware if that's a point of interest. The midpoint of this order block would be around here at around 2,800. And then the top of that, where the liquidity for a swing failure pattern kind of would be around 31. So I would be looking for something like this. Your ideal scenario is not to tap into the point POC, but you can understand why you would come all the way over here, reject all the way down to POC, retest it, find support, and then break out to the value area high and higher. You know, so this is very technical and logical because of the fact that this is point of control, this is value area high, value area low. I mean, why would you not use those levels as your trading plan? I mean, that's what everyone else is using. Whatever you're using, I don't know, but I mean, this is what is logical through TA. I mean, you could use an anchored WAP here. There you go. That will show you some resistance levels. This is confirming that through an anchored WAP, this is where your support is 1920, hence why I have my long there. And then you have your next level of resistance on my midline, which is basically near, I mean, I'll give you their number, which is 2697. But this is a lagging indicator, okay? So as price action moves, this is gonna go to it, but this collects data and then moves these lines. So, you know, that's just another uh, point of confluence, okay? The anchored WAP, I gave you the volume area profile. What else can I give you? This is another volume thing. Just gonna give you a node right here. So this is also giving you the same point of control, but now it's giving you another level of support, which is around 2024. So let me delete some of this shit so you guys can see what I'm trying to do, because this is now getting into my charts that I try not to bother you guys with. I'm gonna delete all my retail simple TA, and I'm gonna show you technical analysis as an actual little bit more serious of a trader. I mean, this is not, you know, footprint or heat map, order flow, or anything. This is just like volume. So from volume, you can see the most volume was traded in this range. So this is where the accumulation, this was where fair prices. This is the point of control. Now this right here is the first point on the volume that's telling you, hey, this is a value area high. When I pulled this level is from this to this volume. So from here to here, this is the value area high. So between these two, you can consolidate. And you can say that, hey, if we lose this level, this is a very, very, very strong place to scalp along. That's 1627. Obviously, when it comes to that level, a lot of people will be scared and FUD'd out probably, but this will be a level that, you know, I will blindly long. Here's another level that you can look at as a nice, easy long scalp, the 2025. If you get that today, I mean, I already gave these levels out to all you guys, but hey, I'm just showing you why I set these levels. This is a good long scalp for you to take and, you know, take profit right back at the top of these candles. Your first one at 23.50, and then you can ride it up higher if you want with like the 25% of your position running with the stop loss and profit kind of thing. If you know, want to like ride out the bull run for free, you can do that kind of scalp for free and have that position running with stop loss and profit for free kind of thing. So that's basically all I wanted to get at today, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave me messages in the YouTube video, and I will get back to you in the next one. If you guys are interested in talking to me live or trading live with me, feel free to join on the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a great day and trade safe.